And we are on air.
Hi guys, my name is Brianna and today we're going to be doing the Deep Questions No One Asks tag. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so I found this website that has the 50 Deep Questions No One Asks tag. There's a lot of different variations of this tag, so if I wanted to, I could end up doing this video again. But anyways, I didn't read all the questions yet, but I did look through them real quickly. They're not all super deep per se, but I still thought it would be pretty interesting, so let's do it. Also, there is 50 of them, so I'm gonna try to go through them relatively quickly, but we'll see. Okay, the first question is, where did you grow up? Right here where I am right now, Long Island, New York. I always lived in New York, but I was born in Staten Island, then moved to Brooklyn, and then came here. Had a couple different locations of living throughout the time, but before I even started school, I was here. I went to preschool here, most of my life is here, all of my life that I remember is here, so grew up here in Long Island. What is the earliest memory you have? I have a few super early memories that I can't pinpoint the order of, but I think that would be actually an interesting video to do, so maybe I'll make that its own separate video about my earliest childhood memories. I'm not sure if it would be upcoming or not yet though. It might be a little while down the line. But we'll see, you never know, I might find the inspiration to do that video tomorrow or something. I don't know. I highly doubt that though. Maybe in a few months. Okay, 3 is, what would you do with the money if you won the lottery? I actually did a video about what I would do if I won $1 million, so if you guys want to go check that out, you can hear my answer to that. 4 is, what could you have done to make today more productive? I could have done some more videos. I am going away on vacation soon, so I need to make sure I have videos for every day that I am gone, so I could have done that to be more productive, but I think I did enough today. Today was pretty good. Would you rather have a flying reindeer or a unicorn? That's a really hard question, but I think I'm gonna have to say reindeer because reindeer are real and it would be less suspicious. No one would suspect me of having a magical creature. I could just say I have a reindeer and I could go around with it and then fly when no one's watching. Whereas a unicorn, everyone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, she has a magical creature, she has a unicorn. The 6th one is, do you need to be tucked into sleep or can you fall asleep anyway? That is a really funny question. No, I do not need to be tucked into sleep, but however, it is really nice to be tucked in. It is really cozy that way. 7, if you had to wear one item forever, what would it be? One item forever. See, that's a really hard question because the first thing that came to my mind was my favorite bra, but I don't like to wear a bra with every piece of clothing that I have, so I don't think that would be it. Maybe just socks, but that would stink in the summer. That's a really hard question. What's one item that would go with everything? I guess same pair of underwear, but that's kind of gross. Well, I don't know, do you get to take them off and wash them? Is it you have to wear that one item every day, or is it you have to wear it indefinitely? I don't know. That's a tricky question. Comment down below how you guys would answer that. 8. If you had to kiss, marry, and kill YouTubers, who would you choose and what would you do with them? Or with to them? That's phrased weirdly. Any YouTuber? I just pick a YouTuber to kill? That does not make sense. That's a weird question. That's something that people used to make videos of. They would name 3 people, 3 YouTubers, and kiss, marry, kill. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. I am not trying to insult anyone. 9. What is a question you want to answer but nobody asks? Question I want to answer but nobody asks. I have no idea. I would have to really think about that, and there's probably a whole list. That's a really good video idea, actually. Questions I want people to ask me and answering them. Like a Q&A, but you didn't ask me this. I think I might actually do that video though. That actually sounds like a good idea. Okay, 10. Which cartoons do you still watch? Okay, so I rarely watch TV. I watch a lot of Netflix and YouTube, but I actually don't watch any cartoons. I mean, I watch cartoons when I nanny, babysit, or I'm with my brothers or something. But like on my own, like I can't remember the last time I watched a cartoon on my own. I mean, and even when I was like the older side of being a kid, I didn't really watch too many cartoons. I mostly just watched like Disney shows and like Disney XD. I watched a couple Nick shows like Victorious and stuff, but not really cartoons. I think actually the last cartoon I watched was Phineas and Ferb. I just recently watched an episode of that with my brothers. I wanted to show him it because he actually had never seen it before. But I don't really watch cartoons. I kind of faded out of cartoons early in childhood. Okay, 11. What show do you watch that isn't targeted for your age group? I'm not sure. I mean, I mostly just watch Netflix, and like, that's just like for adults, right? I'm an adult. Am I an adult? Isn't like most Netflix shows are for like young adults and adults. So I don't think there's anything. I mean, I made a whole video of Netflix recommendations. I don't think any of those are out of my age range. I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Comment down below if I named a show that I've watched that it's not in my age range. Because I know I do talk quite a bit about shows that I watch. Okay, 12. What show do you wish could come back from your childhood? One show. Maybe iCarly. I really liked that show. But like if I thought about it, there's probably other shows that I would really like as well. 13. What song do you not know the lyrics of, but you like to sing to anyways? That's a really hard question. I don't think any. For some reason, I'm really good with lyrics. Like, I can hear a song only a couple times and just, like, be able to sing along. So, yeah, I can't think of any song that, like, I would sing or listen to that I wouldn't know the lyrics to. 14. If you could have one talent, what would it be? Talent. To be able to speak any language. I suck at languages. I wish they were easier. I just want to be fluent in a bunch of different languages. 15. Would you rather the world remain peaceful forever or no one on earth ever goes hungry? Well, I think peace would lead to no one going hungry. Because if everyone was at peace with each other, they would take care of each other and such. So I think I would go for peace, and that might lead to the latter. 16. What is a weird food combination that you do? Okay. My mom had this pregnancy craving when she was pregnant. This is literally so long ago at this point, but now it has become a thing that we all eat. Macaroni and cheese on top of French fries. It's really, really good. I like it together. But the thing is, it's not just regular mac and cheese. It has to be character craft mac and cheese with like regular frozen French fries. Good. I could probably think of weirder things, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. 17. Would you rather eat or drink your calories? That depends. I love me a good smoothie, but smoothies are expensive and they don't help me if I'm bored. If I'm bored, I love me some snacks. So I think I'd have to go with eat. 18. 5 things that make your average day better. Music, having company over, could be my boyfriend, could be friends, could be hanging out with my brothers, just having company. Being productive, doing something adventurous, and reading. 19. Would you rather someone go through your phone, text messages and all, or go through your internet history? Internet history. My internet history is not that crazy. Whenever I look up anything that I think people would think is weird, even if it's not bad, if something I think people would think is weird or make me look stupid for having to look it up, I always do it on private so that if anyone ever looks something up on my phone, they don't see that I looked up some stupid thing, like if I forget how to spell a word or something. So my internet history is literally clean as a whistle. 20. What are 3 things you would do if you were stranded in a rainforest to ensure your survival? Oof, I would die. I'm not good with that stuff. Well, let me think. So 3 things. Somehow, I guess, figure out how to start a fire. Try to find water. Well, it's a rainforest, so it's gonna rain. So I guess just try to find something to collect water in when it rains. And shelter. If I have a fire, I could hunt and eat. Something to collect the water, I can drink, and shelter, I can sleep. Basic. There you go. Okay, 21. If you and only one other human were the last human beings alive, who would you want the other person to be? Okay, that's a really, really, really hard question. Because I thrive off of people. And friendship is really, really important to me, but so is love. So that my answer is going to be my boyfriend, but that's a close call. Like, I need other people as well. I don't know. I wish I could pick 2 people. If I could pick 2 people, I would be the best. 22. If you had to choose never to use Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube again, which one would you let go? Twitter. I don't even have a Twitter. 23. If you had to choose, how would you want to get famous? Music. 24. What languages do you speak? English and kind of Italian. I'm not fluent, but I wish I was, but I took it for many, many years in school. 25. Which languages do you wish you could speak? I wish I could fluently speak Italian. I wish I could fluently speak Spanish because that's so helpful in life. I wish I could do sign language. Norwegian would be really cool. But, like, overall, I just wish I could, like, just conjure up any language and be like, yes, let me speak this. 26. What country do you wish you were from? I'm pretty good with it. I don't need to change it. I don't think it matters that much. I think more so how you grow up in the culture you actually thrive in is what matters, not where you actually come from. Like, I don't have a drop of Italian blood in me, but I grew up Italian, and I consider myself Italian, and I have all the cultural aspects of that. So I don't think that actually is as important as it seems to be. It can be important if you identify with it and it is your culture that you're growing up with, but I don't think your culture has to be from where you're from. 27. What is your favorite moment in history? That is a really hard question, and I don't think I could answer it. There's too many things, and too many things I don't even know about for me to answer that. I feel like I don't know enough about history to be like, yes, this is my favorite. 28. If you could choose, which time would you go back to? I think I would like to see how, like, my parents grew up. I think it would be really cool because it's just, like, they experienced the beginnings of technology, and, like, even when I was a kid, you know, like, iPhones were new. And, like, to go back even further to see technology first coming about in all these different ways and to see life before and after, I think would be so, so, so interesting. 29. If you had a time machine, would you rather go back in time or into the future? Future, because you have control over your future, and if I don't like what I see, I can take the proper precautions to change it. And like, I know the whole butterfly effect and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's true. I think if you saw the future and you acted upon that, your future would just change. And isn't that the point? I don't think it would, like, make all these little other things change and, like, everything's gonna go crazy. No. 30. Pet koala or pet panda? Koala. They are really cute and they smell good. I think. I heard that they smell good. I never met a koala or a panda. That'd be cool though. If you have a koala or a panda, let me know. 31. The power to communicate with animals or the power to communicate with plants? Animals. Duh. 32. What is your usual bedtime? Usually around, no, earlier than now. It's midnight right now. Usually I'll go to sleep right after 11, but it could always change. 33. What do you remember to be the worst day you've ever had? Not gonna put that in the video. I have something that distinctly comes to my head right away, but it's not something I wish to share on the internet. 34. What is an irrational fear you had as a child? Irrational fear I have as a child? I'm actually not sure. I can't remember being distinctly afraid of anything as a child that I'm not afraid of now. Like, I hate spiders, but I've always hated spiders. I mean, my fear of bugs was more extreme when I was a kid. Like, we would go camping a lot, and I would be constantly flipping out. Like, I still would enjoy camping, but I would freak out all the time. So I guess that's it, but I still freak out, so I don't know. 35. Have you ever conquered a fear of yours? Yes. I have really bad anxiety, and not just anxiety, I have OCD. I don't know if I've ever spoken about it before in a video. It can be really rough sometimes, and there's a lot of things I have to overcome just because of how life is in society, and if I want to be a functioning member of society, I have to overcome certain things. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in hearing about. Maybe I can make a video about that, because I've never really spoken about my experience with that, but I don't know. 36. What is something silly you believed as a child? When I was a kid, my dad used to tell me that if I turned the lights on in the car, it was illegal unless I was reading. Because he would let me turn it on to read sometimes, not all the times. He would just randomly decide when it was or wasn't illegal, so that I would turn the light off if he wanted me to. So like, he told me that the types of streets we were on mattered and stuff like that, so that like when we were on the highway and he didn't want it on or something like that, he could be like, this is one of the streets where you can't have it on, and like I would have to turn it off. I also believed that when you press the garage button, the garage would open or close no matter where you were. So like, we would be in like Pennsylvania and someone would press a button and I'd start freaking out, someone's gonna go in our garage, someone's gonna go in our garage. But I feel like a lot of people had stuff like that. 37. What did you want to be when you were a kid? When I was really, really little, I wanted to be a heart surgeon because my grandfather had heart problems and I wanted to cure him and help him. Then when I was a little older, I wanted to be a teacher. And that's pretty much it. Those were the only things I ever were really passionate about. And obviously now I want to be a therapist. 38. If the kid version of you were to meet you now, how would they react? I'm not really sure. I was really cocky when I was a kid. I was full of myself and overall just like not a care in the world. Thought I was the best, and I don't know. I think that younger me would like me now, because younger me would just be like the same way, you know, being like, oh yeah, that's me and I'm great. So yeah, I definitely, when I was younger, thought very, very, very differently than I do now. And like, even when once I hit middle school, everything changed, and like maybe in late elementary school, I don't know when my mentality changed, but I don't know. 39. What is your favorite fictional world? Okay, that's a really interesting question because it's different than asking what your favorite book is, because my favorite book does not include my favorite fictional world. My favorite fictional world. That's such a hard question. The first thing that came to my mind was Hunger Games, and I was like, no, why would that be my favorite fictional world? That's a terrifying world. No one wants to live in that. A world I would want, I don't know if that is the question either. My favorite fictional world. I don't have to want to live in it. It might be Hunger Games then. We're gonna go with Hunger Games. 40. Which teacher left the most impact on your life? There's quite a few teachers that impacted me throughout my life, but I think that's personal for me. If it ever came up for a specific reason, I might share it, but I think I'm going to keep that to myself. 41. What was the most significant event of your life? That's an interesting question because that can mean a lot of different things. But, I mean, when both my brothers were born, when my dad adopted me, when my parents got married, there's like a lot of really important things, but I'm not sure what would be the most significant one. 42. Would you say you have more of an English brain than a math brain? Oh no, I have a math brain, 100%. Everything I do is based off logic and rational thinking, and I love numbers, I love math, and yeah. 43. Will you want to be remembered after you die? I would love to be remembered after I die, but it is not a necessity. 44. What was the last movie you watched? The last movie I watched was Cam, a Netflix movie. It's about this cam girl who gets like someone like takes over her account, and like it was actually creepy as heck. It low-key freaked me out, and it was actually good. I don't know. It came out in 2018, and I'd like seen it around a bunch of times, but for some reason I finally decided to watch it, and like I don't know, I kind of strayed away from watching it a lot of times because I was like, why would I want to watch a movie about a cam girl? But like it was freaky. I recommend it, but there are boobies in it, so if you don't want to see those, I don't know, it was a good movie, so 45. What was the last movie that made you cry? I would have to think really hard about that. It's a super hard question. The last movie that made me cry. I'm not sure. I don't watch movies very often, so I can't even remember what the last movie before that was that I watched. I think before that, the last movie I watched was on Valentine's Day. I watched 2 movies. They didn't make me cry. So I have no idea. Don't know what the last movie was that made me cry. 46. Have you ever been so happy that you cried? Yeah, I'm a very emotional person. I cry a lot. 47. Have you ever won anything? If so, what? Yeah, I won quite a few things throughout my life. My things I find the most important for me are my photography awards. I have them hanging on my wall. But I was in beauty pageants when I was a kid. I was a sparkler. I did dance. I have medals and awards and sashes and such. I don't keep them out or anything though. 48. If you had to get married to the last friend you texted, how would it go? The last friend I texted? Well, the last person I texted was my boyfriend. But the last, friend I texted was Fiona. I mean, if you watch my videos with her, you could see how it would go. We're just always laughing and stuff. 49. Would you ever go on a blind date? I have a boyfriend that I'm very happily in love with, so no. But in general, I don't mind the idea of blind dates. 50. Do you mind getting famous even if it's from bad publicity? I don't know what bad publicity I would get. My camera stopped recording, so I'm not sure what the last thing I said was, but the last question I'm up to is 50. Do you mind getting famous even if it's from bad publicity? I'm gonna say I would not want to get famous from bad publicity, but I'm not really sure what bad publicity would mean. So I think that would really depend on the situation. But yeah, this was a longer video than I thought it would be. I don't know why I thought I would go through those questions more quickly, but oh well. But alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Happy VEDIM, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.